Hello and welcome back to Punk Playback. Today I will be listening to and reviewing Milo Goes to College by Descendents. Milo Goes to College is a legendary punk album from the band Descendents. It features Milo Ackerman on vocals, Frank Nevada on guitar, Tony Lombardo on bass, and Bill Stevenson on drums. It was released on September 4th, 1982. It's a fundamental album in punk rock and also the West Coast punk scene. Myage, 8.5 out of 10. Starts with a bass intro and a smooth drum roll. No idea what Milo is singing, but regardless, this is an excellent intro to a fantastic album. No idea why I didn't remember it, but I certainly will now. I Wanna Be a Bear, 7.5 out of 10. It's really quite short, and that's a shame because it could be more developed into something just a bit more. More drumming that I really like. The snare tone is just directly on point. Don't enjoy the singing pattern of this one so much, it just doesn't stick out to me. I'm Not a Loser, 9 out of 10. Now this one is really difficult to talk about. If you don't know, I'm Not a Loser is a homophobic song. That is a really difficult fact to rectify. Though to point out they were like 19 when they made the song and eventually grew to realize it was wrong. I believe that they have apologized for it. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, this song is awesome purely musically. The vocals, drumming, and guitar are perfect. Unfortunately, this song is both a hit and a stain on Descendants' legacy. Parents, 7 out of 10. There isn't anything particularly wrong with this track, but there's not a whole lot particularly right with it. Oozing with teen edge, I probably would have enjoyed this song much more as a 13-year-old new punk. The song is quite frankly a little boring and repetitive, but if I'm listening front to back, I won't mind it too much. Tonage, 6.5 out of 10. I struggle to listen to this track. It's mixed in a way that the vocals and the drums are sort of overlapped, and it's really hard to listen to. I believe the lyrics are about a particular person in their scene who is the toxic, shitty kind of punk. I don't think I'll remember this track at the end of the day, honestly, and that's a little disappointing. M16, 8.5 out of 10. This song is extremely short, only 43 seconds. Despite this, I find this one to be extremely memorable. The drums consist of a standard hi-hat eighth notes, but also a snare pattern reminiscent of military marching snare, which I would guess is entirely on purpose. Another bass opening, I guess I have a soft spot for that, but let's be honest. Who doesn't? I'm Not a Punk. 8 out of 10. A very solid track with memorable chorus lyrics, but it doesn't have that much going for it outside of that. Another intensely short track, and so far this album has really reminded me of the Kill Your Idols track, simple, short, and fast. Despite this so far, it's a fun listen and a classic for a reason. Catalina, 8 out of 10. A bit more developed than previous songs, but not nearly as catchy. Assumedly it's a breakup song, but some of these lines make literally no sense to me. My tank's full of squid, and I got all the fish I need on the deck of my boat. Maybe this is on me for not understanding, but I just do not get it. Suburban Home, 9.5 out of 10. I want to be stereotyped. I want to be classified. That spoken intro is iconic and there's not much more to say about it. Not only is this one of the best songs on the album, if not the best, it's one of the best punk songs ever. Iconic, amazing, catchy as hell, and an all-time forever classic. If you don't know it, go get familiar with it. Statue of Liberty, 8 out of 10. Underrated track, I think. I don't like the mixing on this song with the vocals again. It seems like they go back and forth between clearer mixing and more muddy mixing, and it is kind of jarring. Despite this, I really enjoy the lyrics and the allusions to the Statue of Liberty being a deity or an idol. Definitely a good overall song, but it could have been better. Kabuki Girl, 7.5 out of 10. Wow, Milo. I expect this sort of behavior from Rivers, but from you? Gasp. This one is kind of uncomfortable. It's a little Asian fetishy. I like this track, but it's gonna get points off for making me just feel a little weird listening to it. Not bad, but a little weird. Marriage, 8.5 out of 10. A strangely nice romance song on this iconic punk album. I actually really enjoy this song, and I really love the straight rolls that they throw in. The chorus is catchy, and I would say this one makes up for the last one's weird Asian fetish stuff. He doesn't want to have sex, he just wants to be a friend. Heartwarming stuff, Milo. Hope, 9 out of 10. This song is a hit for a reason. It's a very well-made song. The lyrics are a little bit too sad incel for me. Gives off nice guys finish last vibes, and I guess if that's your thing, you'll probably enjoy this more than me, but it is not my style. Despite this, the song is great, and it's memorable not for no reason. Bikeage, 9 out of 10. This song, interesting enough, seems to be a combination of drugs and alcohol. Subject matter is very fitting of NYC's straight edge scene, though obviously the style is extremely different. Much more melodic than their other hits, but that doesn't bring it down any. This song is heartbreaking and gut-wrenching in the right ways, and it's great. Gene is Dead. 8.5 out of 10. A guitar intro that reminds me quite a bit of the guitar intro from Olympia, Washington by Rancid. It's actually kind of eerily similar. Other than this, the final song in this album is about suicide, and assumedly somebody in the band has personal experience with receiving that news, which is quite depressing. It's a very good final song, and overall just great. The average for this album is 8.2 out of 10, but my overall is 8.5 out of 10. This album is purely a classic, and it's not hard to see why. It's got some super high highs. The worst song on this album being a 6.5 is also notable. That's really quite good, and it pulls its weight for the whole 22.5 minutes. A legendary album that I'm not afraid to say I love. It does seem to have a lot of Weezer-esque lyrics about breaking up, wanting girls, and the whatnot, which is not particular for me, but if that's your thing, then you'll love this album, and probably have a higher rating for it than I do. Once again, this has been the Punk Playback. If you have any albums for me, you can leave them in the comments, or you can email them to me at punkplayback@gmail.com. It's been real. See ya.